So I saw you were sending some booty pics to guys. And well,
No, 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 don't do that! I thought we were having a nice day!
We are. Sit
Why
down.
does it matter? I thought we were having a nice
We are.
day!
Austin Katie, oh, Austin Katie, oh, Austin Katie, oh, Austin Katie.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about the latest horror movie, Obsession. Now, to give you a little bit of a brief history with this movie, I walked in, honestly, knowing nothing. I didn't know anything about this movie. All I knew was some of the horror YouTubers that I follow, or some of the horror YouTubers that I watch, and just regular YouTubers that I watch too, movie YouTubers. They were all coming at Fantastic Fest last year, raving about this movie. And I was like, okay, cool. And I remember they mentioned the name Curry Barker. And I was like, I kind of know that guy. Like, I never seen Milk and Cereal, but I knew him from some of his sketches that he used to do. I've seen him floating around like TikTok and Instagram and stuff.
You want me to come? Everybody wants you to come. Everybody wants me to come?
Was like, oh, okay, he made a horror movie. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know he was making a horror movie. Never even knew he was like a horror dude whatsoever. And so everybody was coming out of Fantastic Fest raving, hey, go see Obsession. When it comes out, go see Obsession. So I purposely stayed away from the trailers. I normally never do, but I purposely stayed away from the trailers because I wanted to walk into this as completely as blind as possible. Only trailer I watched was the one where, the first one that they put out, the very first teaser, where it's just a simple 30-second conversation in the car sort of deal. And so I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I'm on board. I'm ready to see this. It wasn't until a couple days before the movie came out that I didn't even, I even saw that a couple of people that I recognized, like the main chick who plays Nikki, can't remember her name right now. I didn't even know that she was in the movie. I know her from Superman and Lois. I thought she did a great job in that show. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, she's in the movie. I didn't know that. And so I was like, cool. Like, I'm ready to see this. I'm excited. And of course, you know, as the tabloids and the news said, they've given Curry Barker Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I fucking love Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I love that movie. I love that franchise. And so I was like, okay, there must be something going on in this movie that they gave him the keys to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Blumhouse is, you know, making more deals with him. Like, I want to see what the obsession with Obsession, no pun intended, is. And so, again, walking to this blind, not knowing anything, just knowing that this movie is great. Everyone's walking out saying it's great. And now I'm on the train with that. This movie was awesome. Like, it was amazing. And I don't walk around saying those words a lot. I don't walk around saying, like, this is amazing, this is a masterpiece, this is that. But genuinely, this movie, I haven't felt this way watching a horror movie in a long time. In the sense of I loved the characters. I loved the dynamic between all the characters. I loved the tragedy of this movie and what it kind of, you know, in a way, even though like all the moments are supposed to be horrific or all the moments that are like stomach inducing, I found it more tragic. I found it more like, oh, that's just fucked up and sad. Like, even the most fucked up moments, I'm like, that's fucking sad. Like, that's just tragic. And so, yeah, I really dug this movie. I really, really liked this movie. Like, this has probably jumped up so far as, like, my favorite horror movie of the year. And we've had some banger horror movies. I mean, Bone Temple, Primate. I mean, fucking Hokum that just came out a couple weeks ago was great as well. Like, we've had some banger horror movies, but this one, it's going to be hard to beat. Because, man, I tell you, and we're going full spoilers. I'm sure you probably saw it in the title, but we're going full spoilers. I cannot talk about this movie without getting into the spoilers. I tell you what, the crazy shit that does happen in this movie, while some of it I'm like, okay, that's not so bad. I've seen it in worse horror movies. To me, what made this so like, oh, was just I loved the just pure mayhem of this movie. Like, you'd be having a regular dialogue scene, just a regular kind of dialogue scene, and then bam, something happens, and then like now you're put into this graphic, very fucking nasty situation. You're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, that caught me off guard. That didn't jump scare me, that just caught me off guard, because now you just bam. Like, to give an example, I knew something was going to happen when the main character Bear was in the car with the girl. I can't remember her name right now, the tattoo chick, and they were having like an intimate moment. And I was like, Nikki's around the corner somewhere. I just don't know when she's going to pop up. And then when she popped up, she popped up with the fucking brick in the girl's face, and it just was smashing her face repeatedly. I was like, oh my God, like, we were just having like a pretty decent intimate moment. And then here comes Nikki crashing it, and just the most disgusting, fucking vile thing you can think of to that woman's face with a brick. and it's like, oh shit, like that caught me off guard. Not because it jump scared me, not because she blasted through the window, it was a loud noise. It genuinely, it caught me off guard because I was like, whoa, holy shit, was not expecting a very graphic horror scene in this moment. And there's so many scenes like that throughout the whole movie where it's a normal scene. I mean, like, as you saw, probably the dinner scene that they released, it's a normal dinner scene until you get the little plot twist or some sort of, reveal of, is she faking it? Is she talking, is she talking out of her ass? Is she not being honest with Bear about her dad? And then it just goes from 0 to 180, 0 to a fucking 100 right there. And it's like, oh shit, that's what I loved about this movie, was that it always kept you on your toes. It always kept you on edge, no matter what, because you never knew what the fuck Nikki was going to be. You never knew when she was going to pop up. You never knew what the fuck she was going to, like, how she was going to react. Even simple moments of them just lying in bed together are tension filled, because you don't know if she's going to fucking snap. If, like, he moves the wrong damn way or breathes the wrong way, she's going to fucking lose it. And like I said, I absolutely loved the story. And to me, why I know some people probably aren't going to call it like a tragedy, I call this movie a tragedy, because it's like, when you break it down, I love all these characters. I love Bear. I loved Nikki. I even loved some of the side characters like Ian. I loved them all so much, and I loved their dynamic with each other, and I loved how they interacted with each other, that I was like, oh, I don't want to see these characters get fucked up. I don't want to see these characters get into the places where they're going to get into. And that's what was so tragic of it all, especially like those moments that you see with Nikki, where you see the real Nikki trying to pop out of the fake Nikki, and she's like, please kill me, please end my life, like I don't want to be here anymore. And those moments, especially when like her and Bear are having intimate moments, and then real Nikki snaps in and she loses her shit, like moments like that are tragic to me, because the real Nikki is behind those eyes, behind those fake eyes, seeing everything that this fake Nikki's doing, and she's like trying to get out. She's just trying to stop it. And that's what, like, to me was so tragic, is that there's a person trapped behind those eyes, seeing every horrific act that Nikki's doing, and she's trying to get out. And then it makes it even worse when you have Bear, who, whether he knows it or not, he's being selfish, because he loved Nikki so much that he's willing to put someone like Nikki, who he loved dearly, and kind of ruin her for his own benefit, for his own sake of a relationship with her. And then just how much he loses in the process. He loses his friends. He loses his life. He, it's kind of one of those, be careful what you wish for kind of situations, But I just found it more tragic because of that reason. The fact that, like, how much are you willing to love a person so much that it completely devours not only you, but their life and everybody around you, And so I loved that. And that's what made it so tragic to me, especially when you get to the ending of the movie, where, again, Nikki finally snaps out, like, Bear finally ends himself. He finally kills himself, and to break the curse, and everybody's already dead. Ian's dead. The girl that he was kind of interested in was dead, and Nikki finally comes to, and that's how we end the movie. We end the movie with her holding Bear's corpse and just bleeding out, crying, like just bawling. And that's how we end the movie, and it goes through all the way through the credits, and I love that bleak ending. I love that you ended on that. Of course, I have questions. I want to know what's going to happen. Is Nikki going to get, blamed for everything? Is Nikki going to, go to a mental institution and shit? Like, what's going to happen to Nikki now? But I loved that. I loved that just because in the sense of, like, it just left you with this eerie feeling. It left you with this, like, oh shit, especially when you hear her cry throughout the whole credits. This was the first horror movie in a while I didn't want to leave my seat. I genuinely, like, when the movie ended, I just sat there and, like, holy shit. Like, I never felt that way with a horror movie in a long time, where I'm just like, was so invested, and the ending left me in such a, like, pit of my stomach that I'm like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to leave. I want to just sit here and rot. Like, I haven't felt that in a while in a horror movie. And that's what I loved about this movie. I just loved the story. I loved the characters. I loved the fucked up shit that happens in this movie, because let's believe there's some fucked up shit. And I loved it. Like, if I had to have some issues, I'm sure there were, I'm probably some nitpicky shit that I could probably, pick apart. There were some moments with Bear that I'm like, come on, dude, fucking, like, grab your nuts and fucking just do it already. She's right there. Like, there were some moments like that. And same thing with Ian. Like, I'm like, all right, Ian, you're just being a fucking douchebag. Like, come on, man. Again, nitpicky moments. But honestly, I loved this movie so much, I wanted to walk out of it and watch it again, like, immediately. I wanted to walk into another screening. And I would have if I could. I just didn't have the time to. But I'm so like, I love this movie that I want to watch it again. And I don't say that for a lot of movies. There's not a lot of movies. I mean, there's more movies this year that I've done that with. Project Hail Mary, Good Luck, Have Fun, Bone Temple. But I must really find something special in that movie, or that movie must genuinely, like, I must love that movie in order for me to want to watch it immediately right after. And that's how I felt with Deception. I wanted to walk out of it and go into another screening because that's how much I loved it. And I've been listening all day to people talking about it, been listening to spoiler conversations, reviews, all that stuff. And it's making me love the movie even more than I already did when I walked out. Because, there's other people that are bringing up points that I missed, or they're talking about things that I'm like, oh shit, I didn't catch that, and I love that. I love that a movie has so much shit in it and so much details in it that I can watch it again and hear other people talk about it and still miss shit. I love that. Now that I'm on 100%. I'm 100% on the Curry Barker train. 100%. I'm like, yeah, I want to see what the fuck he's going to do with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. 1000%. If he gives the exact same vibe of this movie, where you never know when the fuck either like Leatherface or one of the other family members snaps in the middle of whatever chaos is going on, or just that feeling of on your edge, like you never know when they're going to come around the corner, what they're going to do. I can't wait to see that vibe with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because I agree with what he's been saying. I would love to see the family focused. As much as I love Leatherface, as much as he's been the golden boy child of that franchise, I want to see what the family, because I feel like there's a lot of like other fucked up family members, like the hitchhiker to the dad to the cook. I mean, it just depends on what iteration. You got he wasn't a cook in the remake. He was a police officer. Anyways, but it just depends on where you're going. But either way, that he's right when he says there's other family members besides Leatherface that are as fucked up, if not more fucked up, than Leatherface. Because to me, I've always looked at Leatherface as like a victim. But we'll talk about Texas Chainsaw Massacre another day. But yeah, no, I could not praise this movie enough. And if you have not, just by listening to my opinion and other people's opinion on the internet, please go watch it. Like, it is genuinely a good movie, but it's a good ass horror movie. And so yeah, I absolutely loved it. I cannot wait to see what he does next. When I saw an interview lately where he was talking about the next movie he's doing, and it actually sounds pretty cool. It kind of I wonder if he got, and I'll have to, if I ever talk to him or ever see him in an interview, answer this question. But I wonder if he got the inspiration from the Warrens, because if you don't know, the next movie he's making is about these group of fake paranormal investigators that like trick old people and like trick people basically into thinking they're real ghost hunters, and then they encounter a real ghost, like a real demon ghost, and they like have to like try to figure it out. And so I'm like, I wonder if that's kind of based off the Warrens, because the Warrens are not 100% legit. So anyways, I'm in all over the place in this conversation, but that's okay. But I mean, other than that, like I said, I did love everything about this movie. I loved also too, I want to add real quick, I loved the way they kept Nikki in the shadows. Like, it was one of my favorite imageries of this movie, is the way that Nikki was in the shadows and her eyes you'd only see like the pupil of her eyes in the darkness, and it just made it so creepy and eerie, man. Like, I loved that. I thought that was a really good way to like light Nikki and make her even more like scary and terrifying. But like I said, yeah, you cannot give any more prompts to the lead actress who played Nikki, because like I said, I enjoyed her in Superman and Lois. I never would have thought in my wildest dreams, no offense, that she was ever going to play a character like this. Like, if you would have told me back on Superman and Lois that, hey, that girl's going to be like this, like Mia Goth and Pearl, but like cranked to 11, I'd have been like, okay, that surprises me, because the character she plays, Sarah, on Superman and Lois, never had those like range moments. She had her breakdown moments, she had her like emotional moments, but not like this. This is like some Mia Goth Pearl shit, and I'm like, fuck yeah, okay, you have that in you. Awesome. So yeah, I mean, again, props to her. And I know the Oscars will never fucking acknowledge this kind of movie or the horror genre, but if we lived in a better world, she would 100% get an Oscar nom. Don't know about a win. I mean, it'd be cool if she got a win, but I don't know about a win, but at least a nod, because this was like amazing acting from her. And same thing with other actors. Like, I loved the main guy. I thought he was a great actor too. He played those moments very well, bouncing off of Nikki's craziness and kind of just being the everyday, like, hey, I'm trying to calm you down, like, chill the fuck out, So yeah, like I said, I can't say any more about this movie. If you aren't already on board, hearing spoilers, hearing where this movie goes, and then hearing other people's opinion, by all means, please go watch it. So yeah, that's my opinion on the movie Obsession. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you love this movie, if you hate this movie, which actually, speaking of that, I still haven't seen any hate comments for this movie. I'm sure they're out there. I'm sure if I dug deep into the interwebs of the internet, I could probably find some. I could probably find some hate comments, be like, this movie sucks. This movie sucks. But I haven't seen any. Like, genuinely have not seen any. Like, and I'm the kind of person, I'll scroll on TikTok or Facebook or Instagram. I'll look at the comments of stuff just to see what average day people say. And I haven't seen anything bad about this movie. Everyone pretty much all over the board has either been great fucking, like, really great reviews or mild reviews, but none of them have ever been bad reviews. Like, I've not read any single, like, this movie just sucks because it sucks. Like, I haven't read anything like that. So it's actually kind of refreshing to see a horror movie that comes out and everyone genuinely is on the same page of like, that's really great. Like, that's a really good horror movie. But yeah, guys, you let me know what you think about the movie Obsession. I fucking loved it, and I cannot wait to see what Curry Barker does in the future. So thank you guys for listening, and thank you guys for giving me a platform to ramble on, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.